saw on Sunday.
Sharonjit, we'll catch up with you then, but now let's turn to Australia because it was once home to around 300 different languages, Indigenous languages spoken by Aboriginal communities. Today, that number is just 13, and some have been disappearing, some are critically endangered. Efforts are being made to preserve them. Our correspondent Hal Griffith has been to Kununurra in far northern Western Australia with this report.
This is Miriwoong country, a land of vast open skies that straddles modern-day state boundaries. The Miriwoong people have been here for tens of thousands of years, but in recent decades, their language has come under threat.
So we can see right across the Miriwoong land?
Yeah.
David and Agnes are two of just a handful of surviving fluent speakers. To them, Miriwoong is woven into this landscape.
There's language all around you. Everything we see has language. Everything that moves has language. Modern things come, we just have to give that name in Miriwoong. Like when, the first car arrived in our country, Miriwoong people gave it a name, Gurrit. And that actually come from the sound that it makes, gurr.
Before European settlement, Australia was home to around 300 Indigenous languages. Now, only a dozen are left with more than 1,000 speakers.
Languages are normally handed down from one generation to the next, but in Australia, in Indigenous communities, that link was broken decades ago when Aboriginal children were taken from their families and put under the care of European settlers.
And so to revive Miriwoong, they need a new generation. Every week, 400 pupils at local schools have lessons, regardless of whether they have Aboriginal heritage.
My favourite word in Miriwoong is Juwinyan, and that means crocodile. My favourite Miriwoong word is Gai, which means grandma. My favourite word in Miriwoong is Vijawijap. It means swimming.
A lot of money's been put into trying to save Miriwoong, but the team of linguists working here say the impact is far-reaching.
There is research that says Indigenous people learning their ancestral language are more likely to be successful in life, which means they are more likely to get a job, they're more likely to attend school. They're also less likely to struggle with substance abuse, they're less likely to commit serious crimes.
There is no certainty that all this effort will pay off, but here they're trying everything to make sure Miriwoong is a living, breathing language for decades to come. Hal Griffith, BBC News in Kununurra.
What a brilliant initiative. Let's hope it's successful. I'm Kasia Madeira in London.
And I'm Sharonjit Lail in Hong Kong.